Tyler?
Someone who needs to get off the toilet.
Tyler?
What?
You might have hemorrhoids.
Huh?
I'm joking. I said you might have hemorrhoids.
It's a hemorrhoid.
What he just said, hemorrhoid. What he just said in the video. Because you're on the toilet more than 10 minutes. No, Tyler, there's no diamonds in here.
What?
There's literally no diamonds down here.
When you were 16, you wanted a smaller waist, a bigger bum, or a smaller nose. When you were 26, you wanted tighter skin, your teenage body back, and to be less wobbly.
Yo, what the fuck?
Realize how cute you were at 26. When you're 40, you'll ask yourself why you ever thought you weren't beautiful at 30. When you're 50, you'll just want your joint pain to go away. And when you're 80, you'll realize that every time you feel your body was
This man's eyes were accidentally scratched by an antique piece. When he woke...
You.
Oh, there has to be diamonds down there.
Diamonds? Is that? Oh!
That's not diamonds.
Oh! Wait! Wait. This is the fucking... It's the, like, fucking thing. That's... Okay, that's... I don't want to be anywhere near here, but... There could be diamonds on here. There has to be fucking diamonds on here. You can't tell me there's no fucking diamonds down here. You can't tell me there's no fucking diamonds down here. Oh, what the fuck? I'm at 2 fucking hearts. Is there any food?
Carrots. Carrot.
Where? Oh.
Bird.
Is it really only bring me up half a heart?
It's whatever. We can survive any attack.
I need fucking diamonds. You told me there's no diamonds here?
And it's up there. You have a shield, you know.
Oh my fucking...
Press F.
F? Oh shit. What the fuck? Is it crouch? Wait.
Shit is crouch.
I don't know, how does my shield go? Oh, that. Okay, this. Yo, these are like diamond mines.
Shield. You gotta get out of there. You gotta get out of there.
Fuck no.
You even remember the way out?
No.
Oh my god.
Wait! The dweller's here.
What do you mean?
That's the sound of the dweller, bro. He's here. Wait, what's the way out again?
I don't know. You're the one who did this. You just gotta find your way out.
Oh, damn.
You gotta get out of there.
Oh, shit. What the fuck is that? Oh, it's a creeper.
Maybe you gotta keep going. Keep going.
Wait, do we have any coal?
No.
Fuck.
You're good.
Redstone? Oh, it's here. Wait.
Don't go forward. Oh my god.
This is like the freaking...
Get out of there! What are you doing? Oh my god.
Is this just...
You're going the wrong way, go up! Just gotta go up. How did you even lose that much hearts?
I don't know.
Buildings.
Yeah, I wasn't. Kill it!
Oh my god, you're just lost. I'm my last boy. Peter Pan. You have to keep going up.
There's a lot of fucking gold there. There's diamonds at 100%, but where? I'm not going down there, fuck that. This isn't anywhere where... Where the fuck am I?
Baby food or name your favorite Bauhaus member?
I'm gonna go this way. Dead end. Why is the blocks orange? What are those? Oh! I kind of got bad notes. We're not reading all this. These diamonds are 100%. Tyler, look where I'm at. Where's that?
What? I can't see. That's diamonds! Yeah, build up! Hurry up! You nut in my butt. That's gravel. That's gravel. Shoot. You can shift. That's gravel. Oh, you're there.
That's what I mean. Dude. Oh, I'm not using dirt. Wait, am I still alive? Yeah. They said I wasn't.
No, you weren't, because it wasn't live for like half, like the time there.
You're right. I should be good. Tyler, we got diamonds!
Let's go!
Let's go!
There's more.
Where?
Up there.
Oh shit.
The other one too. Oh, never mind. Alright, I need to dig down. Let's go 3 diamonds, we can make a diamond pickaxe and go in another.
Yeah. There has to be more. Tyler, keep an eye out. there's probably more. I told you there was diamonds in there. What the fuck is that? Wait. Yo, I think I should just play safe and get out of here.
You get out.
How?
By getting out.
No shit.
Is it obvious answer to an obvious question?
Thanks, smartass. But like literally, how the fuck am I gonna get out?
By remembering the way out.
I don't. No! Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
No. Come on.
Come on. Who's in there?
That's just a zombie.
No, is it still there?
Yeah, it's still...
No, it's not. It wasn't that.
I just hear a zombie.
There's something else. That's probably zombies, but there's something else. That was like a... Oh, that's creepy. Maybe shit. Was this water? I don't remember the way out.
Where are you even going at?
I don't know.
You're just going around directions?
Yeah, I don't know where the exit is at all. I'll just go this way, I guess. Wait,
If you were like me, I would remember.
yeah, but I don't. We might have to dig up. We're gonna have to dig up somehow. Yeah, I'll have to dig up. Sadly. Yeah, I guess we better start digging. Whatever I could dig up. Just over here. Is this gravel? Oh, what the fuck?
Is that a name tag? Okay, I'm not gonna mess with this. I'm going to watch you while you sleep.
The fuck are you watching?
No way. Welcome back everyone to, so that's what we're doing. Make for a frightening experience. And to make matters worse, I figured we'll be spending most of our time in the caves, because if we're gonna get as time goes on, things progressively become more problematic and your world slowly gets corrupted. And yeah, I read it and it just so we're just gonna
Where?
New base.
Well, where the fuck would our base be?
Near base. I bet I can find it. Where'd you die? Why'd you die? Oh, it's a pig.
I don't know when I died. Just fucking died. Yo, that fucking face. Wait! I should have kept those on, bro. I feel like you're aiming it.
I'm near it. There's animals.
Good luck finding that shit. There's 3 diamonds though. I don't know when my parents are coming.
There's a lot of pigs out here.
They still up?
Yeah.
Yeah, what? Oh, yeah. Let me go back to this. Yeah, let me go back 10 minutes. Is it already checked back where it was? Like,
No.
it was like a really tall mountain. It kind of like, look. You're not gonna find it. You just lost 3 diamonds. You're cooked.
Where can you find 3 diamonds? What the hell? What's even on me?
What did you just do damage to?
What?
Where's the creeper? There's something else.
It's so dark.
Upside down.
Maybe it's on this mountain over here.
I doubt it. You're not gonna find it. We are so far from the base. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know. What the fuck was that? Why is it blue? Wait, what is that?
It's a chicken. It's during the day. Why is there animals at night? Why is there no... There was a creep there.
There's something else there. You didn't see that.
There's a creeper on... Like, they never spawn. Like at night when I'm walking around.
They do. I think they watch you for something. Just go away from a message. I should probably get my stuff ready. Yeah, I'm gonna stuff it.
God damn, bro! It's pissing me off. pigs. So much food source, man. Why did Bo die, man? My bro does not know how to use shield. It's over here.
What is? You're stuck? You're stuck? What? What? What?
No.
What? What is that? Shield.
No.
That's Shield. That's Shield's this.
No.
What is that?
I don't know.
Jump in there. Dude.
What is this?
What? Dude, what are these?
You sound? Damn. I have two patches.
What's that?
That's just water. Yeah. Why do I keep dying? I don't know what I'm dying to.
Something, obviously. Did you get this?
Where's your voice?
I don't know. We're not going to his back. Just fell.
This music's so ass. Flowers or eyes? No. I just had a saddle. I could have ride a horse. That's where we start.
Numerous times, we will also find any defense people make to belittle Cam Guy's extremely inappropriate actions around him. So make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new, and if you're tired of Cam Geyser and Potomac lasers, and let's get into it. So as clarified in my last video, in numerous instances, Cam Geyser had posted suggestive and images in his Discord server, in which contained thousands of people present inside of it. Even when he was called out for it by users in chat, he decided to ignore the criticisms at the time and kept the images up for numerous months. This is even after many people made their ages known to him, yet he still decided to do it. Now many people cope and deflect, claiming, well, it was in the past, and to quickly debunk this was literally only 4 months ago. There is no excuse of the fact that when Cam Geyser made his first response, claiming he would never post
6 hours ago?
again after going.
You shoot 6 hours ago?
Only a couple hours later, and he decides to send images of human to a 14-year-old while he after he asked the person if he wanted to see the image. Now the 14-year-old had no idea what the image would actually be, and this is what he had to say about the situation.
Did you know that Cam Geyser was referring to were actual balls?
I didn't know guys was actually referring to. Maybe I should have said that to them first.
Okay, what was your reaction when you posted that?
I was trying not to yell out something since it was 3 in the morning. My mind was actually blown.
Now, one of Cam Geyser's responses that everyone is praising him for literally confirms that he did this. He admitted it himself. However, he claims that he didn't know the age. Okay? It's still your responsibility to not send images to random users on Discord, especially if only a few hours prior you had publicly apologized apologize to a 16-year-old for showing Roblox to them. It's insane how disgusting some Cam Geyser supporters act in response to these types of situations as well, either wishing to on me or Wango, or claiming in this situation that the 14-year-old asked for it, so it's their fault. Literally victim blaming here. A 14-year-old cannot consent regardless, so how does responsibility fall onto the 14-year-old here who didn't even know what the image would be? Cam Geyser even showed the name of the in his community post response, therefore allowing his fans to harass the child, in which is exactly what happened. Cam Geyser quite literally committed numerous crimes. If we take into account the suggestive Roblox images he had posted to people who were 13 and 15 years of age, or even suggestive gifs in which he had posted and then deleted in his Discord server, to which he admitted himself that he sent, or even the time when he sent human in his Discord server and then deleted them, in which many people then started being shocked at in response, or when he had posted it again in his Discord server and then kept the image up, all these situations collectively prove that Cam Geyser was sharing and distributing material. If the exposed to the content are from the United States of America, Cam Geyser could be subject to US laws in which he broke, specifically the transfer of material and the image that he was publicly considered to be content. And even in his home country of Thailand, Cam Geyser could be violating Section 287, in which criminalizes the distribution, display, or dissemination of materials to individuals under the age of 18. Now, apparently, Thai police are extremely serious when it comes to crimes against children. So if Cam Geyser was punished for this, he could face fines or even jail time. But you best believe, despite me showing the laws in which Cam Geyser has violated, his blazers will continue to claim that it was all just dark humor jokes and it wasn't that serious. So let me show you what Moist Critical has to say in regards to such flawed logic when it comes to adults behaving inappropriately with as a quote-unquote joke.
And I've seen a lot of people try and cope and deflect, saying like, oh, it's just edgy jokes, people are blowing this out of proportion. What a bunch of nonsense. That's a load of hooey. That's dirty articles. That's ridiculous. Under no circumstances should an adult be communicating with a child in any inappropriate manner whatsoever. Edgy jokes between an adult and a child are still gross. It's not the slam dunk defense that some people seem to think it is.
Now, another thing which is insane to see is the sheer amount of people just willing to defend Cam Geyser, despite him literally admitting to everything he's being called out for. Sure, he was transparent, but it's insane to see people willing to completely
This is gonna be epic. I'm sure we can. I think what I need is a horse.
A horse?
Yeah. I need a freaking horse.
Is it down horse thing?
Yeah, look at that. From over there. Is it just Dunbar?
Overlook the severity of the actions he admitted to, and even his examples exhibit debating his audience, such as his post where he says, "I'm tired of waiting for this drama. I don't care if they win or lose, they only do it for their own benefit." And if he's tired, imagine me, having to deal with a repeat of angry children attacking me constantly, just like with Postman's fanbase, all because their comfort YouTuber quite literally admitted to everything I had called him out for originally. Cam Geyser had also made videos claiming everyone hates him, completely over-exaggerating the situation on his behalf to his own benefit, so he can continue acting like a victim to his young fans. He is not being hated on, he is being criticized for literally committing crimes in which he himself is admitted to. And even his Discord bio a couple days ago was yet again another example of him using the victim cards. Even more insane was that at the end of his response to me, he states, "Thank you all for your support and encouragement and super chats, and thank you all for the blessings," which is the exact kind of statement Postman had made at the end of his highly manipulative response to me. Basically, it's another sympathy bait technique where someone who is in hot water thanks their fans for all their support, to therefore get in return increased support.
Yes, the horses are back.
That's seen as nice and wholesome. It's extremely sneaky and malicious, and you only pick up on these kinds of behaviors along with your fair share of manipulators like I have with Poster. Also, you have to notice as well that he thanked everyone for all the super chats and money he was getting.
Oh wait, I got seeds.
When you're meant to be taking accountability for your own actions. Very off-putting and weird. It also speaks volumes that in his recent response to Guando's video in which accuses him of committing numerous crimes, Camgaiser doesn't respond to it whatsoever. He literally does not address that part of the video at all and completely leaves it out. If he was to be transparent with everyone, surely he would admit that his behavior was right? And if Camgaiser's fans are old enough to read, you would be able to tell how terrible his initial response was to my first video. His excuse for sending images was the fact that he didn't care and he didn't know about the consequences, so he just posted it for fun. And when referencing these suggested images he was posting to his Discord server, he simply belittles it as just a gift, completely not bringing up how he laughed at the fact that a 15-year-old in his chat was thanking him for the suggested content that he just posted, after Camgaiser essentially just supplied someone 5 years younger than him with material. And somehow no one finds a problem with the fact that he did that. The fact that he doesn't even reference that situation, or the fact that he actively engaged with a 13-year-old in his public Discord chat when he was 20, or engaged in extremely inappropriate discussions in his public server with a 15-year-old too, speaks volumes. Why has he not addressed any of that whatsoever? I can actually tell you why. It's because it makes him look terrible. He is extremely selective in his responses, and just because he admits to posting the content and is at least partially transparent does not ultimately alleviate him of culpability. He even makes the claim that his service
I got gold.
despite the fact there is next to no moderation inside his Discord server, exempt from 1 or 2 moderators, and the fact that there are numerous people below the age of 17 who have access to his general chat in his Discord server. This is what Guango had to say about this.
Camgaiser's solution to the backlash wasn't actually to take responsibility. It was instead to turn his server into a 17-plus space with ID verification. Now on paper this might sound like an improvement, considering all that he posted there. But it was a complete disaster in reality. It took less than a few hours for very serious issues to show up. Camgaiser and his moderators manually verified artists without actually checking their ages, allowing fans as young as 13 years old to remain in the server. A friend of mine who was under the age of 17 easily bypassed verification using a meme Mr. Beast ID. Members immediately started requesting roleplay channels, the kind of stuff that you'd expect to see in shady Roblox servers. It was very clear that Camgaiser wasn't actually interested in making a server safer. Instead, it became even more disturbing, and the worst part of this, the degeneracy was already affecting his young audience.
Something even more insane was the fact that Camgaiser stated himself that he let people act inappropriately in his server, literally admitting to harboring a Discord server with degenerative behavior inside of it, with present, and yet no one bats an eye to this admission, which is insane. It's literally in his YouTube community post. You can literally see it. So in conclusion, Camgaiser has admitted to every claim that I made in my previous video. He is not innocent, and he has most likely broken multiple laws. His fans are aggressive and are impulsive and are impossible to reason with. And this situation ultimately bears a massive resemblance to the Poster's situation. No matter how much people claim that the fanbases are separate, they act the same in the same aggressive manner, attempting to not only justify the immoral behavior of their favorite YouTuber, but also to harass those who call their owl. But anyway, for clarification as this video ends, this video is not intended for hate harassment or cyberbullying whatsoever. This video is instead intended for educational and informative purposes only, going over the entire situation as a whole in a documentary style context. I'd also like to clarify that this video is intended for a more mature audience as well, as more mature themes are being actively discussed. So viewer discretion is advised. All necessary content has been sufficiently planned, and this video complies with all of YouTube's community guidelines, as well as the YouTube child safety guidelines. And with that being said, thank you all for watching. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new, and comment your opinions down below about this entire situation, and join my Discord server to contact me if you want. My Discord is discord.gg/Paulo, and with that being said, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Goodbye.
Oh my god.
Do you think you know something about Clash Royale?
Bro, I know everything.
Who's this character?
That's Musketeer. That's Knight. Mini P.E.K.K.A, obviously. Spear Goblin. Ooh, Valkyrie. One of my favorites. Where you go?
This one?
Wizard.
This one.
Electro Spirit. Bro, you gotta hit me with the challenge, man. I know all these.
Okay, man, let's get some harder ones in. This one?
Hog Rider.
Shut up, Hog Rider. What about this one?
Witch.
This one?
Dark Prince.
This one?
Battle Healer. Dark Goblin. Dappy.
What the heck, man?
I know everything, man.
Okay, man, last level, there's no way you're getting any. Who is this one?
Nerf Miner. Lumberjack. Fisherman. Mighty Miner.
Bro, what? We're gonna do one more. If you get this right, I'm gonna give you $100. Who is this one?
I can't even say his name out loud. I just need
Oh, no. What a horrible way to lose $100. Why would you just say his name?
I have my principles.
Wonder who that is? Download Clash Royale and find out.
I would much rather not have a SWAT team rush into my house with one wrong move and I would have not been here right now.
So recently there's been some extremely serious drama involving the very popular Roblox game Forsaken, with the creator and co-creator of the game receiving daily threats of being swatted and even people threatening to hunt them in real life. So today we will debunk the false allegations being directed towards So and Antitheses and defend them from the onslaught of harassment, as well as getting on call with them later on so we can share their side of the story. So please make sure to leave a like and help this video reach more people, and let's get into it because I will cover absolutely everything in this video. So for quick context, Forsaken is a very popular and fast-growing Roblox horror game created by Soul-Driven Love, aka Soul, and essentially it bears similarities to Escape the Facility or Survive the Killer, where essentially one player is able to become a Roblox creepypasta-orientated myth, such as John Doe or Cool Kid or 1x1x1, and the other players must survive until the timer ends, and completing certain tasks helps reduce the time quicker. Now, due to the very fast rise in popularity that the game has accumulated, many users started digging into the past of Soul, being the owner of the game, and had found out their past alias was Robotic Developer, which Soul is very open about regardless. Now, Robotic Developer was the creator of Friday Night Boxing, and has a very long history of controversies and allegations levied against him, in which I had originally made a document covering back in 2023. However, after looking over the situation in more depth, much of the information is completely taken out of context, over-exaggerated, or just flat-out false. So allow me to address many of the claims levied and rectify any past mistakes I made in this video when covering this. So timestamps will be provided for each individual subject, so it's easier for you to navigate across this long video. So essentially, the allegations against Soul rebounded after a user named Zenva made 2 videos on YouTube accusing them of being. Now, for a distinct clarification, Soul was born in March the 20th, 2007, meaning they are currently 17, turning 18. Now, Zenva makes it no secret that they made these videos because they knew it would get them views and traction, and they are seen showing heavily out of context screenshots in which were taken from 2021, when Soul was about 13 years of age, meaning by legal definition, they can't be classified as a even if the allegations were somehow true. Now, for clarification, the plethora of messages made by Soul in reference to them having illicit material were extremely edgy rage-bait comments they made to get attention at the time, and as a joke to which other people were also engaging with. Now, I'm not saying that these comments are necessarily excusable or ever should have been made, but these rage-bait statements were not indicative of any actual admission, and they were most certainly not true.
In terms of like the thing where it's like me saying 100% just that never had in my life. I don't really know what else I could say about it. It's just a really stupid comment I made when I was really low.
Using the other screenshots that they use against you. Post my was just like any teenage beforehand.
I'm not saying I'm like, I don't think it's like a good thing to say that.
I'm not gonna find it, it's just get back.
Edgy, if anything. But like,
How are you gonna get it back?
I would say,
How are you getting yourself back?
to
now. We have to find it.
Another thing about it is that harassment that someone has been for many years now, this is actually resulted as being swatted numerous times.
I'm saying I'm gonna get your stuff back that you lost by just getting it back.
Hard drive and scanned the computer and found literally no whatsoever. Proof possessed no illicit material at all. And when people had called the police over to your house as well, the police had taken your computer, scanned your hard drive, and they found no images or illicit images on your computer as well.
Yeah, no, they found nothing. And that happened twice now, so after 2 searches, there was nothing back whatsoever.
Now, a screenshot that still continues to make the rounds against Soul, aka Robo, which was actually ironically covered by an infamous Roblox named Mephorix, was what seems to have been an anonymous user sharing that Robo had sent them an illicit video of free. Now, when I spoke to Soul about this situation and this specific screenshot, they state that they were actually being impersonated, and the person who actually ran this fake Robo account was someone named Fungus, who was far more disturbed and is actually still currently in prison after being arrested for someone. Now, allow me to introduce you all to another user named Isabel to Isaiah. This user used to date Robo for a short period of time, and even worked on the dev team for FNB, being what they however, they decided to...
URL.
To remove Isaiah due to them being horrible and having a bad influence on the game. So in response, Isaiah made it their life's mission to consistently attack Soul, such as asking for their address, posting their personal information, and making fun of their from when they were younger, and even using burners on Twitter to further harass them. One specific example being DudeyDudee 93, to which they even admitted to operating. Now, Isaiah at first had openly come out stating that Robo had specifically shown them illicit material and content. Along with Isaiah's malicious behavior, it brings into question the legitimacy of their claims. This is even more suspicious when Isaiah states herself that she has no proof towards her allegations, and the fact that she didn't even report this alleged content to the police beforehand casts even more doubt on the validity of the situation. The claims made by Isaiah are just unsubstantiated testimony as of now, which seems to have been made by a disgruntled ex-developer because they had a massive vendetta against Robo, so it is essentially in their best interest to lie about them. So when I asked Sol about their stance on Isaiah and the claims that she made, this is what she had to say. Would you like to give some background context to Isaiah's history of lying and manipulating the truth and some of the things they've done as well, such as I believe.
Yeah, so I used to know Isabel back when I was little. We used to work on Friday Night Boxing together, which is one of my older games, and I eventually had to kick them off the team because they were just insanely controversial and wouldn't stop saying all these weird homophobic comments despite being gay themselves. They got really upset after they were kicked, so they started going on this huge hate parade on my name and spreading all this weird information about me that wasn't true whatsoever. They started saying stuff about me, sharing about me, having images of on my Discord server somewhere. However, none of that is true. I've been in several GCs with my friends, and they say that I've sent studios. Those also aren't true at all. I'm still in contact with some of the devs that they claim have seen that content, and they can attest that they've never seen me post anything like that whatsoever. It's just really weird in general. I think that they also have However, I think there was add-ons that I sent out when I first seen them. I just know that they were in contact for much longer than they ever should have, especially since they knew that CC event was
And they also have a history of sharing illicit content as well.
Yeah, they share a lot of weird stuff about themselves. I remember in FN that actually, with random people, they were showing pictures of themselves in very manners, and it was just very, very, very weird.
A lot of this is just seeming to be a disgruntled person trying to unearth or create fake information just to spite you and to try and get revenge or honor.
Yeah.
Now, in regards to the PewDieFan93 burner account on Twitter, to which we know is operated by Isaiah, who is someone who has allegations of having sent disgusting content of themselves to other people, Isaiah had also used this account and alias to also numerous other people and harass them, and had also harassed Robo and even leaked her face. The PewDieFan93 burner account is also seen making a lot of jokes around what they are trying to claim as illicit material in which Robo had apparently posted, which is not only extremely unprofessional behavior, but also shows how they're not taking the situation seriously whatsoever. This is also complicated with the fact that Isaiah, the person who runs this account, literally has a very long and intricate disgusting history of having similar behaviors too, which many people can actually point to. Now, when being asked about the context of the images that PewDieFan93 was posting, Sol states that they were 14 and would often at times send images they found on Google and send them to people or put them in a storage server. Here's what they had to say.
So, the one where I say I have some saved, that's basically just the equivalent of looking up on Google and saving something from there. It's not a young kid, it's definitely someone who's probably in their 20s, 30s, because I wouldn't assume that Google is posting like that.
And as Sol stated, there is an extremely low chance that Google would ever have posted illicit content, which is being described here, and furthermore, there'd be no way to even prove that this was even of a... It's also important to disclose the fact that Sol would have been 14 at this point, and while this behavior can be criticized as perhaps degenerative, this would not be indicative of... and this doesn't appear to be anything inherently malicious either. Isaiah, under this BeautyFan93 account, had ample opportunity to report but instead they just chose to make memes of it, which says everything you need to know about this situation. Isaiah is even seen using other images against Robo, completely taken out of context, and when confronted they back down and continue to look immature, so that shows how credible they are regarding this all. Now moving back to Zenva, and now that the allegations are clarified and more context is introduced, allegations in which they bring up. Now throughout the years, screenshots of Robo from 2020 or 2021 have been used against them to bash them as some sort of figure all the way up to the year 2025. Now for context, yes, these screenshots were real, however they were literally 4 to 5 years old. At this time, Soul would have been 13 to 14 years of age, and what they had said and did back then isn't indicative of the person they are today. Soul is approaching adulthood and is extremely silly and petty to be consistently and continuously dragging someone down for comments that they've already apologized for. Soul even goes into detail in a document they made describing everything that happened to them when they were younger, and explains how due to them being involved in oftentimes toxic communities, such as communities made around the Roblox game Reasons to Die Awakening, they believed that the behavior was acceptable and they picked up on the bad traits around them because the community was extremely toxic, which had an especially bad effect on Robo, aka Soul, because in 2018 when they first joined into this community, they were 11 years old and extremely impressionable. Now when I asked Soul about this situation too, they clarified that they had rectified their past mistakes by donating money to the NAACP and other charities. And that brings me to another thing as well, which is the allegations. For example, when people bring up some comments you made regarding like the N-word like 3 to 4 years ago, from what I've heard, you've rectified that situation. First of all, you showed no ill intent to anyone of any ethnicity or anything like that, and you've also donated to a lot of charities, I believe. Do you want to go over a few of them?
Yeah, I know that one of them was the NAACP, and another one was like something about it wasn't BLM, although I did want to donate to that at one point. It was I forget the name. I think it was Thurgood Marshall, or something to do with Thurgood Marshall funds. But yeah, there were a few charities I donated to, but those two were the recognizable ones.
Yeah,
especially the NAACP.
Clearly you like engage in idiot behavior again, and it's just people using it in bad faith against you. What's even funnier is the person who's trying to use those screenshots against you is on Twitter making like bigoted, transphobic comments and stuff like that. And originally their 2 videos on you as well were falsely accusing you of being, but then they decided to completely change those titles to alleviate pressure off themselves. And then when you and Anth decided to make that space, they decided to try and play victim as well in their whole deal, which is very odd. Now, as explained in the call I had with Soul, Zenva, the original creator of the 2 hit piece videos on Soul, had actually pretty ironically engaged in bigoted behavior themselves, with them stating non-binary people or even being seen on Twitter threatening to strike people who call them out, being especially transphobic on numerous occasions, and even making fun of someone being deported. So clearly there is a major form of hypocrisy here. Now after Zenva's first video, he was actually confronted by a friend of Soul and Antheses, who I will anonymize, and this user had pressed Zenva on the claims that he levied against Soul, and if there was any more substance on the illicit material allegations other than Isaiah's unsubstantiated testimony. Zenva in response maliciously frames their question into them somehow requesting to see the illicit content, and then makes yet another video on the situation trying to collectively Now back to the words of Zenva being confronted, and Zenva was asked on why they started his testimony despite their history of being a disgruntled harasser and a liar. Zenva claims that he quote-unquote doesn't know the person, and that there is no proof that they're lying. Well,
oh my god!
Normal proof to show that Isaiah doesn't have the best the proof to show that he has some sort of reliable figure or source.
They would hear the original conversation with Zenva, and it's fun because every time I try speaking to them, two of the tried to paint this out as if we were asking him, which was not the case at all. We were asking him for proof to
Why is your eyes
they called us
fucking yawning?
and put it in the video and tried telling everybody to send us sure why. Not to mention their incredibly disingenuous and awful behavior towards other people. We've uncovered a lot of their Twitter responses of them utilizing trans people, being incredibly towards those of Hispanic origins, wishing for others to be deported after Trump was run into office. Just generally very disrespectful and very weird behavior, and I find it incredibly hypocritical for them to be acting this way, considering what they're trying to call out, soul for.
And then, as a result from Zemva's 2 videos on Soul, this caused a plethora of people to start spreading false allegations against them. Users such as Toast and Topaz started harassing anyone associated with Soul in hope that they would disassociate from her. And the username Topaz as well started hurling insults at them and admitted to co-owning an account made purely to harass Soul and compare them to the German man. It was at this time too where Topaz was seen consistently begging me to make some sort of video on the situation, having the audacity to consult me when he literally co-owned an account with a friend that was also harassing me at the exact same time. Now this is what Anthony's have to say regarding the harassment from Zemva and their associates.
And even then, when we tried speaking to Zemva, we were met by nothing but mockery and essentially harassment by their friends in their own Discord server, calling us, pinging us in announcements and making a special role for us, which was originally called trying to out us, and then repeatedly pinging us, mocking us, and everything else. So for people who are trying to make allegations and calling somebody up, they don't take the situation very seriously, and I don't get it. I really don't. It's very frustrating to deal with, and me and Soul have still been dealing with people harassing both of us, whether it be games, through Discord, through Twitter. I mean, our own contributors have been dealing with this, being harassed needlessly by people who are either associated with Zemva or have seen Zemva's videos and simply hate Soul because she's trans.
So now we're going to go on to a very serious part of this video, but I definitely feel as if this needs to be addressed, because I like the other
what the fuck's going on? Okay,
any part in these allegations without understanding the story or context behind it. So essentially, Zemva and other bad actors oftentimes reference a Robo Exposed document from 2023, in which I had actually created during my drama with them, and I had purported screenshots exposing Robo for their quote-unquote degeneracy from when they were 12 in 2019 to when they were 14 in 2021. Now, a reason for why Soul was overtly at the time of these screenshots being taken has been clearly specified in a document which they had made offering context. Essentially, they claim as a trauma response to the plethora of horrific things detailed that happened to them in 2019. They highlight how their dog in that year, how they were manipulated into jumping off their roof, to which rendered them in hospital, how they were pressured and blackmailed, and how they were even eventually. But by far the worst situation they detailed was that them in hospital, how they were pressured and blackmailed, and how they were even eventually. But by far the worst situation they detailed was that in 2019, they were taken off by their middle school teacher, in which is by far the worst situation they detailed was that in 2019, they were taken off by their middle school teacher, in which is by far one of the most disgusting things that can possibly happen to a And what is even worse was the fact that there were other victims too, and that the person who ended up doing this is still on social media to this day and is not behind bars.
Assault is also crazy. I'm gonna pull it up again. My awesome teacher who's not arrested whatsoever. This guy. This is the person who made when I was little. Pretty cool. Teacher tried to under age 16 prosecutor says. He's not arrested, by the way. Like, I don't, hang on, wait. Let me pull it up. Okay. That's his full name. I don't care about real feelings as well as this cousin. I'll see his latest post. This is 14 hours ago. So he's out there. He's not in jail. Not arrested whatsoever. 15 hours ago. Pretty cool. I love America, dude. It's so cool.
This situation, too, takes an even darker and more depressing turn, because his soul became more as a coping mechanism to be happy and deal with all the trauma that they had developed in the space of a year, the more malicious individuals attracted to of them, such as a user named Yedlex, who was an 18-year-old when Sol was. In screenshots provided, it is extremely evident that Yedlex was and with Robo when they would being extremely degenerative around them and conditioning them to further behavior when they were at a very young age. Now, in response to the situation, Yedlex admitted that the screenshots were of him and of course got justified backlash for his actions. However, as detailed by Sol in their document, they were also victim blamed in the situation and were accused of making the situation up for attention because the community that they were in was that horrible and callous. This was also followed by Sol mentioning in their document that two other users called QWERTY, who was 17, and a user named Greedy, who was them. This was also followed by a prominent member of the Reasons to Die community being egged into a having Robo when she was and he was 17. In DMs, Robo is seen stating that they eventually came to terms with the fact that them with each other was bad, to which Egg had the audacity to claim that them stating this was a quote-unquote turn-off for them. In the document too, Robo covers how they were manipulated by another user who they used to vent to as well, who was 14, when Robo was 12.
just barely. And they were, I think, 17 at the time. I used to be involved in a lot of different stations, a lot of different cases with a bunch of different people who were way, way older than me. And they all indoctrinated me into a lot of awful things back then because I just wanted a place to fit in, and I thought that the outlets around me were people that I could trust because they were older and mature and whatnot. And they definitely weren't. They were really bad. They were all degenerates who had nothing else going on in their lives other than to be homophobic, transphobic, etc. And they got me into all their awful things when I was little, and it just kind of sucks.
So at this point in the video, after all the proof and testimony shown, it's necessary to state that many screenshots that have been used against Robo, aka Sol, have been extremely bad faith and used maliciously without sufficient context behind them. A lot of this controversy can be easily attributed to the horrific influence the Reasons to Die community had on Sol when she was extremely young and impressionable, and all of the exposed points used against her are just indicative of all the negative effects malicious users have had conditioning her to have been that way years ago. She is evidently a changed person who got herself caught up in the wrong pipelines and communities at the time, and she has done her best to rectify her past mistakes and change. Sure, her behavior is criticizable to some degree, but one must understand that her being overtly is a product of her trauma and the environment she's been in, and it most certainly is not cancel-worthy behavior. But let's continue with some of the more miscellaneous claims. Now, another claim used against Robo is the fact that she apparently supported someone being This screenshot is oftentimes spread by users such as Isaiah on her BeautyFan93 account, and it shows Robo stating, "Not so funny when you're the one being now is it?" However, this is just one example of a maliciously cropped screenshot, because the entire screenshot shows Robo having stated that they were also not going to let their vendetta convince them that the person deserved what happened to them, and even offer them tips on how to not be in the future, completely debunking any misconception here that Robo supported this person being. Another claim being used is Robo being seen posting the personal information of someone in their DMs, and it's best if Robo explains the situation so you can hear what they have to say about this all. I guess another situation to bring up is this screenshot, which is maliciously taken out of context regarding you, the screenshots. Could you give some background to that?
Okay, yeah, so I'm not gonna say that this was like an... thing to do. I'm not going to say it's like not as bad as it looks, because it is pretty bad. I was still threatening someone with their own personal information. However, a lot of people say that this is me going out and spreading someone's personal information and like publicizing it, like publishing it onto public sites. I never did that. I never made this person's information public. I never spread it around. I never shared it with anyone I knew. I never went out and actively beat them or anything like that. I only really collected some small bits about them and sent it back to them, in which they told me that information themselves. So it's kind of like if someone were to tell you, like, hey, my name is XYZ, and then I went later on and said, hey, your name is XYZ. It's definitely in a very bad manner, and I'm not saying it was like a good thing for me to do that whatsoever, but it's not. I never publicized this guy's information, and he's fine. We're friends now even, so we're both chill. We're not like against each other. We're not enemies or anything like that. So
you both have like ended the drama. You're both good friends now, and people who are using this don't understand like the full context of the situation, and both of you just wish to move on as well, right?
Yeah.
So essentially, this was not an actual case of publicizing someone's personal information. However, Sol does take accountability for the fact that it was rather malicious. However, she shows proof that in fact her and this user are actually on good terms and are friends to this day. Now, another large claim being thrown around is what seems to have been Sol, aka Robo, admitting to credit card fraud. However, Sol very easily addresses this situation in her Discord server by stating that she merely just lied and over-exaggerated the situation for attention at the time that she made this message, and all she essentially did was just steal someone's lunch money. Here's what she had to say about this. The credit card fraud, oh no. One of the main things that people try and use is a gotcha point. Would you like to give some background context to that as well? And also what you meant by, because a lot of people try and overthink it when you say that they saw a lot of bad things, credit card fraud being one on your computer. So would you like to give some context to that?
Okay, yeah, so this entire thing is just me stealing someone's lunch money. Like, okay, so I know in the image it shows me saying like, hey, I was exiled into my room because my parents found that I had ruined someone's life via credit card fraud, blah blah blah, stuff like that. But that was just me lying, like straight up. Same with the lot of bad things on my computer, that was also just me lying. They never really looked into my computer, I just made all that up because I was a kid who wanted attention from others. I'm not saying that's a cool thing either. I know I'm saying a lot about this, like, the stuff I did being really bad, but like, it's not as bad as people are painting it out to be, and I'm really annoyed by that fact. Just to give like more background on like what I meant by stealing someone's lunch money, I used to have this like school friend who ended up treating me really poorly because they found that I liked making Roblox games online, and they would make fun of me, they would like go online and spread my information around, they would try and poke fun at me in school. They would do a lot of like really weird stuff. They even got a picture of my dad's credit card once, which is really annoying. But the worst I ever did back is I literally just stole their lunch money. That was it. Like, I didn't go commit credit card fraud. I didn't go do like cyber crimes or whatever. I just stole their lunch money. That was it. Just to mention it again, my parents never looked into my computer. They never saw anything bad. That was just me lying again because I wanted attention from people who were as bad as I used to be, if not then worse.
And in relation to the aforementioned credit card fraud claim, someone else had leaked messages of Robo alleging that they had stolen someone's credit card information, but as specified by Sol, it was just an expired Visa gift card, is what they had to say. And regarding that one screenshot where they were trying to claim, oh, you posted someone's credit card, that was a gift card, right? An out-of-date one?
Yeah, it was like an expired Visa gift card that I had, and I just wanted to post it to look more like legitimate. But it's not someone's credit card, that was just a Visa gift card that I had.
Come on, you can't build shit.
It was expired, so.
Now, another thing to address is the pretty low point that many people have attempted to use against Robo, which lacks a lot of proper context behind it. I do myself take accountability for the fact that I played a part in it too, but I do find it extremely hypocritical that people like the Forex think that they have the ability to talk about something like this despite all the horrible things they have done themselves.
Unfortunately, Robo, your mother was still posting on TikTok beyond the grave. I mean, very impressive. I have to give it to her. It's almost like Robo is a manipulative liar who constantly seeks attention and approval from people. So lies about serious things to garner publicity and to victimize themselves.
Ironic.
But essentially there is a claim floating around that Robo faked and lied about her mother's. However, this claim is made to seem much more malicious than it actually is. And once again, I believe that Robo can fluently explain the situation, because it is something very personal to them, and I do not wish to speak on their behalf in regards to this.
Yeah, so there was this period of time in my life where my mom was in the hospital. It was about like a month long, and my dad started freaking out because of it. I started feeling like because of it. It was just generally a really awful time. And there was this guy who called from the hospital, said that things weren't really looking good. They said that things were probably not going to be okay on her end. However, thank God they were. But after that, me and my dad started freaking out way more. Things were really, really bad. And I eventually had a time where I'd go online and say, oh, my mom's dead, because I was just that freaked out about it. And thank God she wasn't. She ended up okay. We're all happy in our family now. However, I still did lie about her, and I didn't really know how to come back from that, because a lot of people were already feeling way too empathetic and just kind of worried about how it was because of what happened with my mother. However, it never actually happened to her, thank God. I had no idea what to do about it. However, I eventually came clean from it one day. I think it was sometime in 2022 when I told people about how it was just me lying about it. And they understood. However, it's still something that I feel awful about, and I don't really hold it in any good light whatsoever. I think that it was an awful situation of mine. I think I should have been much more patient and understanding, and I shouldn't have really lied about something that serious, because I know that there are people out there who have had those things happen to them, and it's awful. I feel awful for them. But yeah, there's not much else I could really say about it. It was just me being really dumb and overreacting at the time.
Robo has clearly made it known that they are remorseful and apologetic to those who she wasn't transparent with regarding the situation, and has openly taken accountability for it all. It was a very traumatic and stressful period for both them and their family, so for it to be used as some grandiose exposed point against them is both gross and unprofessional, and for that I apologize for going into it myself without acknowledging the full context at the time of 2023. Now, another claim is that Robo made towards people, and while on the outside it is absolutely criticizable for them to have ever stated what they said, one must understand that she made this when she was 13 to 14, and that there was no and what she was saying, obviously. Children say a lot of emotionally charged things in anger at their age, and I'm not trying to excuse the fact she ever said it. It was a bad thing to say and should not have been said, but to walk it as some genuine is not true, and it's not based in any sense of reality whatsoever. And she's clearly apologized and moved on from this as well, and has not replicated said behavior again. Now, another miscellaneous claim used in documents is Robo's apparent gambling from back in 2021, so they would have been 14. And I have no idea why this is included in documents with other much more serious allegations. I have no idea if this is to beef up exposed documents on them and to add more content, but once again, Sol clarifies the situation and establishes the fact that they did not have a gambling addiction, and that they actually lost a lot of Robux when gambling. They had just lied about gaining anything to seem cool at the time to their friends. Of course, the gambling allegations as well. Just to re-clarify that situation, Do you want to give some context to that as well?
Yeah, okay, so there used to be this like Roblox website called RBXFit, and I used to go on there every now and then. I did not make 50,000 USD. I was lying my ass off. I wasn't some like huge massive gambling addict either. I was just a kid who felt like, wow dude, I'm gambling, that's so cool. If anything, I actually lost a lot of money because of it, so I wouldn't say it's like real money. I lost like 300,000 rap on Roblox because that's it. It was really, really bad at one point. But yeah, that's kind of it. I never really made a lot from it. I'm just a dumb kid.
Insane that people are trying to like merge that with like serious allegations to try and but
really crazy.
So now that we've all of the old allegations, let's address the new claims in which were being made. So essentially, a user on Twitter named Unpolilua made a small thread alleging that Robo caused them to lose their friends and
what was attacking me?
They further state that Robo caused them to try themselves more than 5 times in a span of 6 months. Unpolilua states, quote, you hit yourself by creating a new identity to escape from everything you did in your past. They added, quote, you never had remorse for any of your actions and you will never change as a person. They finish off by stating, quote, if you're reading this, Robo, I hope you never have a platform anymore. I hope you never manipulate anyone anymore, and I hope you stop lying to others. Now Robo, aka Soul, clapped back with a response document highlighting that they changed alias to avoid the hate and harassment that befell them when they went under the robotic developer alias, because they couldn't deal with the constant and swatting that came from it all. They highlight how much regret and guilt they feel for their past actions, and Soul also goes on to show proof of them genuinely being concerned for Lua in tweets that they had made, further going on to establish that she is not to blame for the issues inflicted due to Lua's own actions. Soul establishes that, quote, as said before, I did nothing but listen to you when you needed it and responded with advice that would have helped you. And Soul even goes out to show evidence in this Google document that Lua has far more skeletons in their closet than what they try and claim Soul does. Soul shows proof of Lua, aka Ash, posting numerous examples of depicting many characters drawn as which is extremely concerning behavior. Now, as a result, Unpolilua proceeded to have numerous extended mental breakdowns and went completely inactive on Twitter as of January the 4th, 2025. Now, I really do hope that they're fine and haven't actually done anything to themselves despite the past mistakes that they have done. They did detail themselves that they were also a victim of and had become because of it. So once again, despite it not being a legitimate defense for liking said egregious and problematic content, it is an explanation for why they believe the content was okay to consume and distribute at the age of 15 to 16. However, they did clarify that they were getting therapy from it all. Now, when I consulted Soul about all of this drama in private, this is what she had to say.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so there's this person named Apple, or Unpolilua, who made this thread about me being a manipulator or a liar because of me moving on to a new identity. Their main point against me being a manipulator was them showing screenshots of them venting to me. I don't really know why they're using that as evidence, because if anything it shows that I cared about them as a friend more than anything, and that's the entire background of their thread. It's just the fact that they vented to me about some situations that were going on in their lives. Some of those that they said in the thread was the fact that my friends were pressuring them into not revealing anything about my identity to the world, and they used this as supporting evidence, which is just something that I'm really confused about, because the main reason why I moved onto this identity as Soldier of Love is because I didn't want to be spotted or to harass anyone. And what he said is very true. I would much rather not have a SWAT team rush into my house with riot and point those to my head or family's heads, because that's happened before and it was really terrifying. One wrong move and I would have not been here right now. So the fact that Unpolilua is trying to use that as evidence about why they're being manipulated and trying to paint them as a victim because of that is really weird to me. And there's another thing that's also just really weird to me about how Unpolilua is saying that I was making fun of all the and trying to push them to. However, that's also just not true, because in private I would also express much worry and concern for this person. After every time that they would post about their attempts, every time they would post about how awful they're doing, I would be there most of the time and I would always show genuine worry and concern. They also say that my friends have been making fun of them as well. However, that's also not true. as seen in this screenshot right here, where we're all just feeling bad. It's a really bad thing. We're all seeing everything that's happened to and we all just feel awful for them. The screenshots highlighted, the messages highlighted in the yellow box are me, by the way. And generally, this probably that was awful. However, the fact that they're trying to push it, get the fuck away from me! Get the fuck off my lawn! And not to mention that the person is also just incredibly questionable in their own right, because they what the fuck was that? Interested in
oh my fucking god. No, what the fuck is happening? Okay, I gotta go look for food. Sheep, where's your sheep? Oh my god, I'm actually terrified right now. Okay, where? I heard a sheep, but where? Hey! What the f... I haven't found a village yet. The horses are still here. What the fuck? A wandering intruder. Huh? Okay. So there has to be villages in this game then. There's no animals. Oh, there you are. Food. So, I don't think this one. That's all from them. Use kelp. Use kelp. Fuck it. No, I need like a tower. That's what I need, a fucking tower. A tower would be nice because I get to like look around my surroundings. Pig. Are you even fair? Did I lose all my stuff? No way! I just lost my stuff again. Why? Oh, I gotta go back mining. Oh, only have this much? I can just use a standard stone sword. I just needed to get water and you're a pig. It was just a pig. Can I just use this thing iron and make a bucket again? I'll get more iron in the meantime. I'm desperately low on food. And there was a pig. I was like, oh yes, for food. And it just turns into a pig man. It just lightning strikes all my fucking shit. Is he still here? It's right there. It doesn't really matter. There's loads of iron in my cave. No matter what, I'm gonna get... No, I had a diamond pickaxe on, man. I had a diamond pickaxe. It's the thing I care about. Like, diamonds are impossible to find in this damn game. Okay, first of all... I still don't have enough for like a bed. Let's get some gold diamonds. Oh, 2 iron pickaxes, that's pretty neat. What do we need? Torches, like always. Can we go to mine for more coal? Shields don't work in this damn game.
As long as, since I believe 2023, and with the most recent evidence of it being in November of 2024, and it's just very odd to me. Not to say that they haven't been into it, because it's 100% a result of some of them when they were little. However, it's just very odd that they still keep up with this behavior as they enter into being 17 years old.
Now, the final allegation to address is the game situation, in which has been brought up quite a lot recently and has been talked about on a lot of platforms such as Soy Jack Party. Basically, there was a screenshot of Robo going around being present in this game and apparently having a badge. And essentially, people have used this situation to somehow call Soul over it, despite the fact there have been no examples of behavior exhibited whatsoever, and there has not even been a single victim coming out here. They have also used these screenshots as a reason to attempt to raid Soul's Discord server, as well as advocate for their personal information to be leaked and to be found, and for them to even be, as well as people even advocating to send her pizzas to her house, and even her in real life. And this wouldn't be the first time that Soul, aka Robo, has experienced egregious forms of harassment towards her, but this is just one of the newest examples. Now, when I consulted Soul on her stance regarding these allegations, this is what she had to say. TLDR, there was this person named Patchy that I dated in late 2023 to early 2024 out of my desperation to be with someone who'd give me attention at the time, something I've always struggled with ever since I was a kid. And they would always pressure me into doing a bunch of stuff that I was always uncomfortable with while we were together. While we were together, I was 16 and they were 18. I was nearly 17 by the time we broke up though. They always frequented Roblox even before we got together, and I only ever found out about it a few months into being with them. However, I never cut ties with them for that, because they would always make that kind of stuff out to be something that seemed so much less serious than what it actually was. It was only until after we broke up that I cut off all of that behavior and went back in check, for the most part, with my personal life. Admittedly, I did have times shortly after the breakup where I'd relapse into the behavior they coerced me into, but it was very short-lived, and I was mostly back on my feet by April of 2024. But yeah, I have went into a Roblox with them before out of pressure and desperation, and it's not something I look back on fondly. A lot of my active resentment towards that gross part of the Roblox community stems especially from Patchy and the really gross feelings that they've left me with. I even started utilizing Ruben Sims anti-bot to completely wipe my game clean of those kinds of people, because I want nothing to do with any of them. So clearly here they've also shown a lot of screenshots to back up and corroborate what they're saying, and there is no evidence as of currently that Soul infatuated herself in communities as of currently, and they have even enforced Ruben Sims anti-bot to rectify their past mistakes and ensure that malicious actors are unable to access anywhere in her community. Now, while once again you can criticize Soul for this behavior, it isn't indicative of anything actually malicious or sinister, just rather questionable at most, and harassing or Soul in response to this is not a sufficient way to address the situation whatsoever, because the people there are only proving themselves to be much worse than what they're trying to criticize here. Now, this actually relates to my final portion of this video, to go over the horrific and egregious examples of harassment Robo has had to endure for their many years of being on the internet. In a document detailing their entire Soul detailed an instance where in 2021, the SWAT team had been called on them. For those of you who don't know what swatting is a criminal harassment act of deceiving an emergency service into sending police or emergency service response teams to another.
Well, here's the story. Wake up in the morning, make 2 bowls of cereal. Rolling solo in the crib, but you hear me though. Watching cartoons, thinking what's the scenario. When my mind's running, trying to catch it is a miracle. That's just how I get in my zone. Hit a flow, gotta bounce a bit zone. I used to walk around all alone till I found the energy that I'm wanting. Got myself a board, turned it into a boombox. Music for the beat.
Person's address to either try and them or cause anguish to them. People very evidently continue to swat Robo throughout many years to harass them and to try them and their mental well-being in hopes of deplatforming them off of the internet. Soul describes in their document that, quote-unquote, they saw their dad with a held to his head and they saw their mum crying uncontrollably during the entire situation. Soul goes on to state, quote-unquote, and when the SWAT officers and regular officers left our apartment, the fear and sadness hit like a truck. I cried for the entire night and deeper than I ever had before, leaving a few permanent. I don't know if they're permanent, but they're still there as I'm typing this. And she also went on to state there's scars on them. And if you think this is bad, it gets so much worse. Because Robo showed screenshots of the police having been at her house in 2023, with police in riot gear having been present earlier. Now, when asking Sol on her extensive history of being swatted by malicious actors, family, this is what she's had to say. Do you want to give some background to some of the harassment attempts that people have tried to use against you? For example, when they tried to call the police to your house,
Scared pickaxe down there.
or to your store.
Oh yeah, no, there's a lot about that. So, I think the harassment first started back in maybe very early
Can I just need borderless?
exposed for being exposed to the child. It just kind of continued on from that point. People used the fact that I was doing dumb things as a kid as like a way to segue their way into my life through harassing me, stalking me, sending my school, my dad's office, from my school's location, calling the office on my school, calling the cops and telling them to go to my house, just like a lot of other awful stuff like that. I've had my information published on so many different sites. I've had Twitter accounts made of me saying my dead name, my address, my face, and penning like a bunch of different awful nasty Twitter page. There's a lot of that happened, and it all stems from me just being an annoying, dumb, awful kid. And I'm not gonna say that the things I did were fine and that I shouldn't be receiving criticism for it, but I don't really think it warrants that level of harassment, that level of like swatting, all those awful things happening to someone because of the things that they did when they were even 14.
Regarding the swatting attempt, when the police were there with like actual, how many times has that happened?
That's happened at least 3 times now. There was a 4th time where the SWAT team did rush in, but they didn't like aim their at my family. They just kind of broke down my door and scanned my room for like something. So it was just kind of annoying.
Like malicious actors were consistently telling the police that they were like in your house.
Yeah, there was like one time where they said there was no where they said they had like 2 times they said they had on my computer or like in my room. Another time they said that I was going to like my family when I got home, and I was already home, so it was just very odd. It was really weird. And the cases that they were all there for is just stupid in my opinion.
Now before we get into the video, I'd like to also clarify a new situation which arose while this video was being edited. Essentially, Juno, aka Antheses, was spam called by a malicious user on the phone, telling her to add them on Discord. Now when they did end up reaching each other in Discord DMs, the malicious user tells them to comply with their requests to prevent any personal information from being released. They posted Sol's face and requested to receive Roblox Limited and half of their items, in which, once given to them, they will leave Juno and Sol alone. They say that they're only doing this for monetary purposes, and then post a screenshot of Sol's school. Once being told that a lot of the info the user had against the mod team was false, the malicious user posts an image of Sol's family and friends to leak her social security number. Juno continues to make fun of the user and calls their bluff, causing the malicious user to ramp up their threats. Now following this interaction, and Antheses' socials started receiving password reset requests, such as their Twitter, Epic Games, Discord, and even Spotify, which is very troubling to see. And blackmail on this level is incredibly and absolutely disgusting to see, and it's just one of the many examples of harassment that the Forsaken dev team and Sol and Antheses have to endure on a weekly basis. Now hopefully this video does its job in helping clarify a lot of the misinformation spread regarding this entire drama, and hopefully the false allegations made against Sol can cease, and what seems to be the never-ending harassment towards them can finally stop too. Zenva has since unlisted both of his videos and attempted to make a 3rd video playing victim, to which was later removed as well. So Ajax Party's threads on the situation have been taken down as well, and it seems as if the drama is officially dying off for good. Hopefully this video does follow and by my past mistakes as well in creating that document in the first place with unsubstantiated evidence lacking context, and I wish the best for Sol and Antheses and their game moving on to the future. But anyway, for clarification as this video ends, this video is not intended for hate, harassment, or cyberbullying whatsoever. This video is instead intended for educational and informative purposes only, going over the entire situation as a whole in a documentary-style context. I'd also like to clarify that this video is intended for more mature audiences as well. as more mature themes are discussed, so viewer discretion is of course advised. All necessary content has been sufficiently blurred, and this video complies with all of YouTube's community guidelines, such as the YouTube Child Safety Guidelines. And with that all being said, thank you all for watching. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new, and comment your opinions down below about this entire situation, and join my Discord server to contact me if you want. My Discord is discord.gg/Paolo, and with that all being said, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Goodbye.
This stuff's probably long gone. Where can it be? What the fuck? Where do I even go? Had to be somewhere. I don't even know what happened there. What the fuck? Okay, unbelievable range they can hit me from this bullshit. I love the shooter. So dumb as shit, but they're able to hit you from far away.
$5 I'm willing to give away if anyone knows anything about Clash Royale. For $5 in Clash Royale.
this point that Kaneko Kim was on record images from Napi and engaging in degenerative messages with him while Napi was 17 years of age and Kaneko Kim was 20, being a 3-year age gap between them. However, what was even worse was that Kaneko Kim, behind the scenes, was openly in a relationship with and an even younger, who we will call Pink for the sake of their anonymity.
Oh, what the fuck? No. Do not go down there. Do not go down there.
Now the age gap between Kaneko Kim
Just drop down there.
3 years, 9 months, almost a 4-year age difference, and Kaneko Kim was on record that the relationship between him and Pink was only platonic and nothing ever happened between them.
Our age difference is roughly around a 3-year, 9-month age difference. I turned 20 years old shortly after we had begun dating, and it definitely was a very weird look for me almost half a decade ago. I will firmly stand by the fact that I was not intimate whatsoever towards her in this relationship, and we were purely platonic.
And this was arguably one of the biggest lies a Roblox YouTuber has ever made. The relationship between Kaneko Kim and as detailed in this video, Kaneko Kim admits that he completely lied about this situation to people in public and states himself that he displayed a lot of type behavior. So essentially this all started with a public YouTube video titled Thinking Differently in early February 2019, going over their gender identity and being trans when they were about 16 years of age. Now Kaneko Kim at this time had around 140,000 subscribers and was growing extremely quickly in the Roblox community, so there is an obvious power dynamic present here, and Kaneko Kim was seen messaging Pink on the 8th of March with what seemed to be encouraging statements claiming how they did a good job in this video and that he can actually relate with Pink as he himself was non-binary at the time. And this is an example of how he singles out vulnerable victims. Kaneko Kim that this 16-year-old
Your friend is so dumb. What the hell do you...
was in an inevitable position.
What does that mean? I don't know.
The guys that he could...
But what if I die, though? What if I die at?
16-year-old could lower their guard towards him and then begin displaying inappropriate behavior towards them. And beyond this point, all the stones started to fall in this position, because shortly after they messaged about getting in contact on Discord, literally...
Where the fuck's my stuff at? I didn't even die that far.
Kids in the scene making numerous inappropriate messages to them. Kaneko Kim is seen going into detail about making out with Pink, stating how he would down to do it, while in other messages talking about the topic of and how
let's just restart.
Obviously desensitizing Pink with the constant barrage of inappropriate topics around her. Now in other DMs, Kaneko Kim even discusses his past experiences with people directly to this and even going on about how much he wants to get his neck, whatever that's supposed to mean. Now
Get the fuck away from me!
Extremely concerning. Because not only is this 3 years and 9 months, years, but these messages were literally made only 2 days after Kaneko Kim originally reached out to them. Kaneko Kim stating how Pink is them, but how it's quote-unquote cute, and states how being is fine as long as they can trust him. Kaneko Kim continues by mentioning how he wants to...
Oh my god, there's diamonds here.
May not make the moves, but he will. Another extremely creepy thing said was when Pink told Kaneko Kim to go to sleep, Kaneko replied with, "Why, so I don't you on?" To which Pink said, "Yeah, that's exactly why." To which Kaneko Kim ends off by stating, "Not my fault girls are easy." Like, what? Now, a day later on March the 11th, only 3 days...
I don't even know what the fuck it is anymore.
Directly towards Pink, saying extremely graphic things that I cannot even mention.
I don't even want to do this anymore.
Quote, "You're going to be when I'm finished," is really all you need to see to understand how bad this is. I mean, Kaneko Kim's messages here are so foul. On March the 13th, Kaneko Kim teases the idea that Pink could be his future girlfriend. He weighted questions to them to basically get the victim Pink to grow more attached to him.
Oh, that's right, big dog.
On the 16th, they officially start dating. Literally just over a week after Kaneko Kim first reached out to them.
Not always my stuff.
Kaneko Kim goes even further by posting explicit images of himself to Pink, despite Pink at this point being 16 years and 5 months old, and Kaneko Kitten being 20. And yes, this is yet another crime that Kaneko Kim has openly committed, just like when Kaneko Kim also explicit images from Napi when Napi was 17 and Kaneko Kin was 20. But arguably the most sinister part of this situation is yet to be discussed, because on November the 23rd, 2019, Kaneko Kitten and Pink actually met up to go to the 2019 CEO convention. There are even pictures of Kaneko Kin and the victim in real life together walking down a street or even playing in an arcade, with the victim obviously blurred for their own privacy and protection.
Holy shit.
However, essentially,
Holy shit.
and his
This is almost
engaged in when Pink would have recently just turned 17 at the time, and with Kaneko Kin just about to turn 21. There is even filming Kaneko in the bed with his cat Momo, proving how they were in fact together, with all the images provided being taken from back in November the 23rd, 2019. Now, despite all of this having transpired, Kaneko Kitten still had the audacity to publicly lie to everyone by claiming in a 2020 statement on Twitter that the relationship between him and Pink was purely platonic and nothing ever transpired. Even worse was that in 2023, Kaneko Kitten went to lie about the age gap between them.
Oh my god, fucking
Pink to lie that they met when he was 19. The age gap appears smaller. In reality, Kaneko Kitten
why are you chasing me?
He even stated himself that the age gap wasn't a good one, that he wanted to be left alone regarding this entire situation. So instead of being transparent about what he should, he
I want an actual pig, but no, it just explodes with the lightning and it gets rid of all this stuff.
His first name, even stated how he acknowledges that he displayed a lot of
fucking slow down there.
and that it was quite normal for him to have been sending disgusting messages to someone who was 16 while he was 20. Even when
we're gonna show you boss.
advocated us in the comment section of his now deleted response video, Kin acknowledges that he fully accepts that he was in the wrong for it and that he will be rightfully criticized for this entire situation. Now fast forward to today, and Kitten's channel is still hidden from public visibility, and many of you may be probably wondering what has Kaneko Kitten been up to recently. Well, as covered in my last video on him from 7 months ago, where he was consistently caught sending messages to Napi against Napi's wishes, Kaneko Kitten actually discussed in an email sent to Napi in late April 2024 that he was starting college in the upcoming months and that he had just gotten a job. Now, Kaneko Kitten did clarify that he randomly and has been hospitalized from it. He explains how he almost from it and that he was diagnosed with epilepsy being a brain disorder. Unfortunately, stating how he will have to get an MRI scan and an EEG, and in the following weeks he will consult with a neuroscientist to figure out more issues regarding his brain, while finishing off by stating how he's going through a lot medically and that it's affecting the way he lives life. He goes on to describe to Napi in another email that he has lost his ability to be independent and that he had to take a lot of medication to deal with his with another email of his stating that the doctors found a non-cancerous cyst in his brain. Now, despite the constant unhealthy that Kaneko Kitten was displaying towards Napi in numerous emails, basically not respecting Napi's privacy whatsoever, after my video had come out detailing that entire situation, Kaneko Kitten pretty much went entirely quiet, with the only thing remaining being his Discord announcing as of late 2024 that he is a brain cancer survivor and that he's been cancer-free since the 31st of October 2024. So this obviously meant that all that he was talking about to Napi were in fact a symptom of the brain cancer in which he had at the time. And if you take a look at his Discord too, it states that he is an aspiring nurse specializing in neuroscience, and even Green Lego Cat attests that Kaneko Kitten is apparently trying to become a nurse. So at this point, as it stands in the Roblox community, hopefully people can come to terms with the fact that Kaneko Kitten was actively going after someone else who was younger than Napi, and that clearly there is some form of a pattern behind Kaneko Kitten's malicious actions towards people below the age of 18. Kaneko Kitten, as covered in my previous video as well, has absolutely no plans to come back to YouTube or social media in general. So this will probably be my last video ever covering this entire subject. And I hope there won't be any people in this comment section who will try and defend or legitimize Kaneko Kitten's behavior, because even Kaneko Kitten admits himself that his actions towards Pink were indefensible. But anyway, for clarification as this video ends, this video is not intended for educational purposes.
Why can't I just
Going through the
sleep?
entire situation as a whole in a documentary-style context. I'd also like to clarify this video is intended for more mature audiences as well, as more mature themes are of course being discussed, so viewer discretion is advised. All necessary content has been sufficiently blurred out, and this video complies with all of YouTube's community guidelines, especially the YouTube Child Safety Community Guidelines. And with that being said, thank you all for
There we
watching.
go.
Make sure to leave a
Alright, we're so back already. We're already back.
comments down below about this entire situation, and join my Discord server to contact me if you wish. My Discord is discord.gg/Paolo. And with that being said, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. And obviously, the victim is blurred for their own privacy and protection, and I wish the best for them as well regarding this horrific situation. I truly did. Goodbye.
Let me be clear. We will never be the 51st state. We will bear any burden and pay any price to protect the sovereignty and independence of our country.
Siggy's 3 times more protein than the eating yogurt. Siggy's. Simple is better.
Parlo essentially pretty much manipulated her into saying the truth.
The Potema drama has reached a new low, and today in this video I will literally address everything. In this video I show recordings from the victim herself, where she confirms the legitimacy of the allegations, and I also cover testimony from Potema's actual school friends, where they go over what they heard from her.
Alright, I'll be right back. I'm gonna need some water.
Potema's egregious attempts to silence me, such as by encouraging false police reports to be made against me, with even